Checking back in with the Black and Gold Network here with women's basketball head coach Kyle Rechlicz. Coach, regular season is in the books. Talk a little bit last week of the regular season.
Yeah, well, we had, UIC at home. It was really nice to be at home for 2 games straight, but having UIC at home and knowing how important that game was for the seeding, really put things into perspective for us. We just talked a lot about we can't affect what else happens in the league and who does what and who wins this game. The only thing that we can really control is our game against UIC. And it was really fun to see with the heart and passion that our players came out with and the intensity they came out with. And to be able to get that win was really big for our program. Then we played Green Bay at home, and we had a great crowd. So it was really nice to see all the fans in the stands and the support that came out for that game. And they just shot the lights out. It's really hard when we start 5'11" and 5'10" in the post player, and they start a really good 6'2" post. We wanted to take away the inside first, and when Adrian Ritchie, hit our first 3 or 4 threes of the game, I knew it was going to be a long night. But we battled and we played really hard the whole game, and I couldn't have asked for anything more than that.
So everyone was, breaking down the scenarios, who beats who, what happens with what, and I don't think any of us realized, hey, we possibly can be playing Loyola. You get the 6th seed with the tiebreakers. Did you even enter your mind until you saw the final standings?
No, actually, I thought it was going to either be at Detroit or Youngstown or potentially still be in the 8-9 game. And so when we got our win, it was just kind of seeing what everybody else did in the league, and to see Detroit lose at Valpo, I knew that was going to put it in a really interesting situation between them and Loyola. And I think you were the first person that told me, and that was a little bit of a shocker for me. But, we've prepared and we've come up with a great game plan. They're an amazing team. They've got 4 outstanding players and some really good role players to go with them. So it's going to be a really true test for us, which I think is kind of what you want in tournament time. You want to be battle tested and see where you're at the end of the season.
If you look back at the regular season games, obviously the first one was close, could have gone either way. Second one at Loyola was close as well until the second half, and then they had that stretch where they kind of pulled away.
Yeah, and we weren't playing our toughest at that point. It was kind of a game that we look back on and say we took a little bit of a slump with that game in Detroit. We had been on a 3-game win streak going into Loyola, and we just didn't play with a lot of heart. They got a lot of offensive rebounds, and it's something that we've been focused on this week has been boxing out. They really went inside against us. And so we've had to kind of make adjustments on that to see how we can keep the ball out of the paint a little bit and defend in the post. But we've just got to play tougher. We've got to want it more than our opponents want it, and that's what tournament time is all about. So I'm excited to see an upped level from our team as we enter our first game on Wednesday. And I say our first because we're planning on making a run at it.
Absolutely. About midway after the first half of the conference season had been over, you're on record saying we're starting 0-0, we're attacking the second half of the season. Well, same thing you can do now. It's 3 wins and you're in the NCAA tournament.
Yep, and that's exactly what it's all about. It's another 0-0 season. It doesn't matter what you did in conference. It doesn't matter what your seed is. I think our league is very competitive. Other than Green Bay, who has shown that they are the team to beat. Everybody has kind of beaten everybody or had close games with everybody, and so it's going to be a fun week. And then whoever has that opportunity to play against Green Bay, Valpo has their first shot at them. That everybody's going to try to get that win, and so I think they're going to be battle tested as well. It's like I said, anybody could come out of the Horizon League with a tournament championship this year, and I'm really looking forward to playing in our first game. So hopefully it can be us.
Well, thanks for your time today, and hopefully it's the start of a nice postseason run.
Thank you.